Well, we are live. I doubt we're going to get any ball tickling on the actual stream. Oh, well. All right. So, oh, Steve's gone. All right. That's means I can eat some
for a shit.
Means I can eat some food.
Do you want us to invite folk to watch?
Yeah, we might as well. I should probably put it on the Hollow 9 page.
There's usually a bit at the bottom of the screen that just says, oh shit, I made the wrong fucking thing small. There we
go. Where is it?
The fuck's the button?
Links. Yeah, you mean the link here?
Yeah.
I'm going to embed the video on our Facebook page. Can you do that on Facebook? If you click embed, if you use the embed code?
Possibly.
Let's find out. Let's see what's good with this. I wonder if this was what you could do the like a Facebook Live, but from Google Hangouts. I don't know. Probably more of a pain in the ass to do it that way than just use your phone. Happening now. Let's see. Does Full Eclipse have a Facebook page? There are a lot of things called the Full Eclipse. Oh, there it is. It has 3 likes.
One of them is Mario Van Peebles, another one's his da. He loses half his audience the moment his dad dies. That was a bit dark, wasn't it?
I was gonna say, is that still alive? Like, where are we on that? Marvin Van Peebles, are you out there?
You should Google that.
Yeah, this is something. It should be known for a live stream, right? There we go. Let's see if this embed code works.
We should also Google to see if he legitimately fucked a ferret, because that's a rumor.
Oh my god! Oh, that's crazy.
Not 100% sure I didn't start it, but that's a rumor.
So there's a rumor for you, man. What are we watching live? Clips. What else can I hashtag in this? Mario Van Peebles?
You'll get the 3 people that like him.
Mario Van Peebles, HBO, Bruce Payne. All right, let's see what it looks like. We're publishing it with the embed code. I doubt it's going to embed the video, but we'll see. Yeah, it's just like a... I should probably just do the link. Well, it does just open it into a full page for you, though. That's cool. Well, sweet. All right. I guess, let me see. Mr. Steven is with us.
Yeah, I'm good. It's like I've never used headphones before.
Hey, man, it's like I've never used Google Hangouts before. It's kind of all a new dawn horizon for all of us. Let me share this over at TFAU, if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do.
Or did you already do it?
I was trying to do it. And failing is what's interpreted in that sentence.
Yeah, very much so.
I was gonna say, it definitely doesn't seem like a word. So I guess I'll just go ahead and do that. All right. I guess I'll say a few words before we get started here. Let me get my version I can hear. It's like crazy. I'm going to be watching it up here, but listening to it down on my iPhone from work. The things we do to not just like rent out a theater and do one of these fucking things. One day, that's definitely a plan for the Hollow 9 Network. We think big, and then we figure out how to fucking make it happen. So that's the plan as it stands. Actually, I should just watch it on my phone, like right here. That way I can look at you guys and look at the movie. That's the plan. All right. So now that I've got enough pre-show banter, I'm going to do an official start here in a second. You guys good?
Yep.
Ready? Go.
All right. Sweet. All right. So here we go in 3, 2, 1. All right. Welcome to a new stage in the Hollow Nine's original content offering. Original content made using someone else's already made content. That's right. We are doing some commentary tracks for y'all to, enjoy along with some of the movies that we torture ourselves by watching or, just fine for fun. This one is very near and dear to my heart, so I had to bring in my hombres, my compadres, the other two of the three amigos. Joining me for this first round here, I've got Mr. Drew Carson from the Terra Firma Artist Network, Terra Firma TV, The Drew Carson Show, The Haver. What else you got? You got like 5 other things, right?
Too many. I'm just some cunt from Scotland. That's all people need to know.
That's what we're going to put as his lower third for the rest of this episode, I think. Some cunt from Scotland. And rounding out the third amigo, Mr. Steve Sandwich Hanisch from Ranting and Raving, from the Terra Firma Artists Union. And both of these guys I am remiss to have not mentioned appearing in the Hollow 9 original audio drama Tangent City. Steve, how's it going, bud?
It's going. It's good to be on with you guys again. It's been a while. I missed you.
Yeah, it has felt strange, right? Like it's like we're all drifting around lost. Thank you guys for being willing to indulge this horrifying tale. Is this the first you've heard of this movie when I suggested doing this commentary track?
Yep. I prefer to go into these real fresh. So this is going to be my first experience with this movie. And I'm really kind of scared.
We're raw dogging it. Absolutely. All right. Well, for all those at home, I hope you haven't thought that we would have already pressed play by now. We are sitting. I see the HBO Pictures logo on my screen. This can be found for DVD on Amazon. I don't know if it can be rented on Amazon, but it can also be found by questionable means elsewhere. But I am in no way condoning that. I'm just saying, however you choose to watch the movie along with us, we will begin covering it at the HBO Pictures logo. You guys ready? We're going to synchronize our pressing of play here.
Can't wait.
This is for anyone who wants to IMDb it real quick. This is the 1993 movie Full Eclipse, created by HBO Pictures, starring Mario Van Peebles, Bruce Payne, and Patsy Kensit. It's basically werewolf cops, or a very high level cops who become werewolves, kind of. I only came up recently because a friend of mine posted on Facebook. He was looking for suggestions for movie cop genre or werewolf genre. I said, why don't you take both? And then when that just made me want to watch it. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and play. All right, we've already got 90s fonts.
Yeah. Very Wishmaster kind of fonts.
They're like, how can we do Alien but not?
Yeah.
Cast Mario Van Peebles. And
It
Patsy
works.
Kensit.
Hey, Patsy Kensit was hot. Patsy Kensit, also known as Rika from Lethal Weapon 2, just for everybody who's keeping score at home.
I think she was also in a soap opera in the UK. So that kind of sums up where her career went. And she fucked one of the Oasis, but I can't remember which one. I think it was Liam.
One of Oasis.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Fucked one of Oasis. One of Oasis felt that.
That's the fakest looking fucking moon I've ever seen.
It's literally
Oh, yeah,
not like moving at all. It's just a picture.
They make
it's a
that in
painting.
fucking
I'm pretty
MS
sure it's a
Paint.
painting. Well, we
It
could always
starts
ask
the way
Tom
all-
Pattinson, right?
Yeah. It starts the way all great movies start with really fucking long credits.
Yeah. Oh shit.
A cat. Yeah.
What's going on?
I had a horrible feeling that guy was having a wank there. And he is.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I even forgot when I watched this recently how fucked up that like this opening sequence.
That's how I drink coffee.
No, tame '90s shit, and then all of a sudden, this guy is like feeling himself in the window.
How'd you find my body double?
It wasn't easy, bro. Just to be honest here.
That's some bad hombres outside.
They're like, let's just do
Always.
stuff like it's based in the 80s. But it's the 90s. We don't care. Just please.
I'm wondering if Peter Abrams is related to J.J.
Year. Jesus, another big guy.
And I like vividly remember that scene where he tosses him up the spray paint and they spray paint over Hollywood Boulevard. Anthony Hickox, you left an impression somehow with that. And here he is, Mr. 8 likes himself.
He fucked a ferret.
Allegedly. Now this other guy, I guess I should be open. But this other partment stuff, I don't know what other stuff, but his face is familiar. His face is very, very familiar.
That's a face that's known coke.
I love this exposition right now.
It's great. It's great.
The paycheck thing, we think we're gonna be okay. I just want to establish right now that we are in dire straits financially.
There is no way. There's no way I should be able to afford to dress to come to work.
Could they have hired a higher up fucking truck to put the car on? That's like third story windows they're going past, for fuck's sake.
Oh,
So that's how they don't crash while they're driving in movies.
That's so funny. Hey, we got this monster truck. I wanted a regular truck. Well, Gravedigger had a free schedule, so I figured.
I mean, well, Mario's like, if my dad was directing this, this would not be going down like this. I'll just tell you right now, this shit would be on point. Here we go. This, pre-Crow, right? Or was this a year after the Crow? 93? Was the Crow in 92?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so this is like, to me, very much like right in that zone. There's a club shootout going on. And I love, like, these days, this shit would never happen, right? Body flies out the window, they'd just be like, all right, nuke the building. Just fuck everybody in there, nuke the building.
Is he flipping a coin?
What do you think? It was a River Phoenix zombie?
Oh, shit.
It has to be more bloated.
It's like, we just hear chaos going on upstairs. We don't know what the hell's going on.
Oh, shit.
Super Cop's ready to go, man. Yep.
Insert generic cop dialogue here about chasing something.
Mario Van Peebles runs like Michael Jackson.
I was gonna say, right? That's an odd run. All right, man. I'm gonna take the one that's clearly big enough for a person. You go find another one. Like, yeah, good luck, kid. Like, can't we just go down the same one, buddy? No, man, no.
There's gunfire, and he goes, "Oh shit!"
It's not the first time I've went down your chute.
He's like, oh man, fuck. I have not found DB yet because I didn't want to look away. This is fucking awesome. The genericness of this. All right, guys, we just took over a club of people, and I want $1 million for each of you. Like, who the fuck are these people? Are any of
all
them?
these movies like this, like Bad Boys, all the bad guys are always drinking hard alcohol the entire time, but still are like sharp and have their wits about them.
And they're really, like rocking mullets.
Generic rock track. That's still when you could put rock tracks in movies.
And again, right off the Crow soundtrack. You know what I mean?
It sounds like a Lenny Kravitz ripoff. I go my way. Wow, that was great. Oh shit, he's a badass because he's not phased by guns.
Hey, you like me? would you fuck me? I'd fuck me.
I'd fuck me.
This is what happens. You step up and try to get them to stop. You're going to wind up being sexually assaulted. Just know that, ladies. If you're in a club and it's being held up by a bunch of psychos with machine guns, just duck and cover.
It's a perfect metaphor for Hollywood.
Duck and cover, lady.
I know when I'm trying to assert dominance, the first thing I do is square dance.
And then get your boyfriend killed, because that's what happens too, right? Because I mean, I don't know. This time, I guess I was definitely watching this with grown-up eyes, because I've only seen this in the 90s when I was a kid, and I was like, what would you do in this situation, right? Like, dudes are running around shooting people with machine guns. Your chick decided to step in, and if you don't do anything, it's like, dude, what the fuck? You know?
Excuse me, did you say something?
You know what I mean? Like, everyone's killed there.
Great line delivery.
Because I don't know, man. That's a little weak sauce, if you ask me. And of course, his jet should have been there already. I love it. I want my jet. I want it to appear instantly. Like, I don't know, man. This was a world, by the way. The world was like this at one point. That's the part that's like the craziest. Watching this movie, I'm like, yo. Life in the 90s, dude. It was so different. Already, we've been noticing that not a single cell phone has been used. That is
right.
Kind of like hard to understand. Like, I didn't know. I don't believe that ever existed like that.
Couldn't you just turn it off?
Yeah, but then it wouldn't be dramatic and lame. He has to assert dominance over the dominated. Everybody's already been dominated, bro. So what? Stuff
back, and everybody would really go crazy.
Up, there it is. The TV dinner got cooked.
Using an automatic machine gun that's firing out many rounds, but only one bullet flies through at a time.
Oh, they shot Wilmer Valderrama. Randy Murray.
Great use of the wire right there.
Mullet has been taken to. Whoa, that chick was kind of hot for a second. But of course, all right, now look at this. Super cop.
They just shot half the hostages.
I'm just rolling around. Rolling around. 2 guns.
Hey, that guy was innocent.
Oh.
Blow them all away.
Do any better.
Typical American cop. I was shooting white guys.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Controversy there.
That's rough, right
he's
there.
laying on the ground. Isn't anybody going to tell me how great a job I just did?
His claim to fame's got to be that he has a vague resemblance to one of the Wayans brothers.
I was going to say that's
a bit.
Only just looks like Marlon Wayans. That's the only I think I know him from, which is.
I think they used him as the model. Do you remember like an old cartoon called Cops and Crooks? And it was like retro, like future, but retro noirish, and like a guy who looks exactly like Mary Van Peebles in this movie, except like everything from his pecs down to his knees was robotic because he had gotten killed in the first episode. And so it was all these like bionic cops and crooks. I've always been like, oh yeah, if they ever did something, I think this movie was Mary Van Peebles auditioning for that.
So in that, he was robotic, and in this, he's just wooden.
Yeah, exactly. It's gone back to nature. Well, that's my work saying, hey, what are you doing?
Fuck you, Dave's work.
Working and stuff.
Yeah. The day's over, guys. I'm sorry, my day ended a while ago. Is yours still going on? Oh, I love this. The therapy is great. Hey, listen. I'm a cop, baby. You knew that. I'm always a cop. Everything I think about is being a cop. I just want to be cop all the time. I'm a cop. That's what I do, baby. I'm a cop.
That's what I do, baby. I'm a cop.
I feel like he's like learned the word cop like right before they shot this day. Like he's never heard cop like as a term before.
You're a badass police officer. Wait, what did you call me? Cop. It's slang for police officer. No way. That's the coolest thing ever. I'm a cop, baby. Can I ad-lib that line? That's literally what's written in the script. I'm gonna ad-lib that line.
You know what? Let's just take that again, but let's not stop filming. I'm just gonna do it. Hey, I'm a cop, baby. Okay, cool. Use that one.
Fuck it. Let's move on. Start drinking.
My daddy said I was special.
Yeah, that's kind of what you feel this whole time, you know?
Even after this, I still think we could get him on a show.
Hey guys, I just want to thank you for watching my movie because I'm really proud of it, and a lot of people don't really remember this, but I mean this part where I reached over and grabbed her, I really got into the character. I really on in his mind.
I think Halle Berry saw this movie and was like, "That look, I want it forever."
I thought I recognised that facial hair.
I want to be in the most ridiculous James Bond movie that's ever been made. Can you make that happen? Sure, Halle Berry, whatever you want.
Sure. You want to turn into a werewolf halfway through? Because that's what we're kind of working on right now. Okay.
Oh, hi, officer. I'm a cop, baby. You said officer wrong.
Excuse me while I go into this patient's room.
Dun, dun, dun.
Old syringe, man, with the metal and the glass. It's like, where the hell? This was how it was?
That's considered a weapon of mass destruction now.
Look at X-Files. And there's the werewolf sound effects in there. Hello, what movie you're watching?
They just took a shot of a regular catheter and ran it in reverse for that.
That's too bad. I gotta find out who this guy is, actor-wise. What the actor's name is.
They probably cut it the first time, and he was like, "That was good, right? I just came up with that now." Yeah, do it again. Just don't laugh so much. Okay. Hey, MaxiPad. Fuck it. Move on.
Hey, MaxiPad. Wait, is this the line? Yeah. Mara's like, yeah. I rewrote that at lunch. I thought it sounded better because my name is Max.
Funny, that's his name.
My name is Max. So if you call me MaxiPad, that's Tony Dennison, by the way, who's an award-winning actor according to IMDb. Let's go down.
Fuck yeah.
The Closer. Yeah, let's see. Prison Break. All right. Boston Legal had one episode there. CSI.
God, this
Playmakers.
Pop lingo is cringeworthy.
Bad guys. Wait. Just wait.
It gets so much worse.
Oh, dude. Now, we also, he did say he was a diabetic in the beginning, right? When they were in the car, and now he's ordering donuts with extra.
What a Mike. I feel like he watched Goodfellas and then just went on.
Watching it.
My character now.
I missed those details since 1993. Like, I picked it up on the last watching. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. They did something with the diabetic thing? That's awesome. That was sign number one. Something is different about Max's partner.
New sunglasses.
There will be at least one other surprisingly famous now face in this coming up. I'll just keep teasing shit like that as we go. Like, oh, by the way, if you thought that was fucked up, wait till you see this. All right, this guy First guy who leans out with the Chinese version of the AK-47 there. I think he was the basis for some of the artwork for. When you see his face, you're gonna be like, I've shot at that before. Again with the Max Payne. Maybe this is why they called Max Payne because of the Max from this movie.
Why did you just?
And he hits everything he shoots at.
I want to see this character years later go to a doctor and be like, "Your shoulders are completely shot. Why? Oh, because every time I shot, I dove on pavement."
And I love like the dancer form when he's jumping around. You're like, oh, this guy did ballet.
Yes, arm straight out.
Like wings. I love that. That girl, like, oh, God damn it, I would have shot you if this was a movie made in 2018. Just shots. I love it. And these people are like, I think there's. I'm gonna dive onto the bus.
I love the random jumping forward while shooting every time.
They were matrixing before that guy right there with the headband. That I swear to God, that's right out of GTA, which came out like 10 years after this. Yeah. He's done shooting. So am I.
I'm gonna chase him now because I am.
You know, yeah. He's like, I just figured out I can run like fast and jump like high. And meanwhile, they're playing wild cat noises whenever he's doing. Like, yeah, some cougar running around here acting like a werewolf. I swear,
like let's go down. Siren sounding. He doesn't have the police siren on his car.
Yeah, he doesn't have the red light. Oh my God. It's like a student film, right? Like we're just throwing in implied sound effects. Holy shit, he's like really enjoying this.
It's almost like National fucking Lampoon made it.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Loaded Weapon?
Yes.
That's what this is like.
But look at how serious Mario Van Peebles is taking it. Look at how serious he is.
What the fuck do you think happened?
Oh, wait a minute. Your suit didn't burn in that yeah.
Hey, I'm
this is the
I don't know if you knew.
And by video game logic, because I can't be burned, neither can my clothes.
Yes. Oh, this ash on my face? I was in a motorcycle wreck.
I want you to hold on a long close of Mario there. We really need to feel his pain. And I love this. Okay, we just add your remarkable career to the end of a speech where I would never say that.
Oh shit, it's fucking Police Academy now.
Yeah.
That dickhead that does the sound effects is going to turn up.
Yep. This be. Look at his hair, dude. What is up with that front rat tail?
It's a comb forward. It's the Trump before the Trump.
Yeah, you've got more medals than I've got buns. He's got one. You got one.
Yeah, look at all your medals. I don't need this one that I have. Here, let's get completely lines with somebody else.
Thinking medals. That's happening now. Liberty. It's just melting away. This movie is so prescient. I had no idea. This guy clearly,
he's making silver bullets.
Sally Struthers work at home kit when gun making was still like something that they used to advertise. Gun making. You can become a gunsmith from home.
I only just think of South Park when I hear Sally Struthers. Good cheesy poof.
Stick in with us for a few more because it's about to turn. Like, seriously. I know it's getting hard to watch, but it's like, just give it a little bit more. We're about to get into the meat. There you go. It's a video game, you know. Video game. It's like, okay, level 1, your partner doesn't die. You're all freaked out by it. You come home to your apartment. There's a message that we need to talk about your career. This too. People used to leave messages on tapes instead of like
through the voice to leave a bad message. Hey, Max.
And and then it wasn't like the
Houston. Hope that's okay. Bye.
Call you in a week, babe.
There should be
instead of like calling your voicemail picks up.
Yeah, there should be another message from the director saying everything in his life is going to shit, so he's got nowhere left to turn. You get it? Okay.
Look out the window and look lost.
Where's Agaru?
The 90s, hi was not a thing. We didn't say hello. We just walked in and said our name, and then whoever wanted to talk to us said, sit down.
Hey. Do you like my front dreads?
Yeah. I can't.
Yeah.
Can't look actor. Every line I deliver has to be looking down now.
Yeah. Because I'm deep and emotional.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I swear, it's like they just told you, hey, so do you want to be in this movie? And he's like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think at this moment he's thinking I shouldn't have bet on black for a second time.
Yes, Bruce Payne, famously from Passenger 57.
A bit with some time.
X-Men, by the way. I'll tell you, the whole thing for me is this guy right here, Bruce Payne. This is like a showcase piece for him. But it's like so cheesy. He's like this is HBO.
Of course. It just reminds me of Peter Green in like Blue Streak or The Mask. I'm smart.
Mario Van Peebles makes that guy from fucking Samurai Cop look good. I'm just putting that out there. That guy's fucking Oscar worthy compared to this bloke.
They had the key to the city and then a random humanitarian award next to it. Like, what's the next weirdest award we can give?
Next to the key to the city. This is just crazy. Like, to me, also, this was somebody's day at work, right? I sit around and I speak cryptically in a dark office. Yeah. And then after work, we all meet up.
And then I have to go work.
Yeah.
You're saying this isn't what your day's like, Dave?
Was every main character named Max in the 90s? Why is he smiling so much?
Because it's his first day acting.
He was deep and emotional, and then all of a sudden, halfway through, he was just like, I'm gonna smile and look you in the eye a lot for no reason.
He was taking it back.
That for a second.
I like when this scene's over, where it's break for lunchtime.
Yeah. Oh, this is great, though.
He's going to lick his own balls here in a second.
Yeah, I think that's what he's going for.
His leg's just going to go out.
As well.
And it cuts right to balls, and there he is! Hank Schrader!
Oh, shit! Oh, what is this?
It'll be gone in a second. And they just said blue balls. It's all a big ball sequence.
Why is he laughing at every line?
Oh, shit.
It's got to hurt. I wouldn't know. I don't have balls. I'm just guessing. I'm cool, baby.
I'd be laughing if I was in this fucking film, to be honest.
It's like the director was like, let's not do another take.
Yeah, we only have this bar for today. we get one take on everything.
And then
And this is like when everyone's dropping man into the sentence. So it's like, that's how you know we're not at work, man. Because we're calling each other man.
we're calling each other man, bro.
Here comes a guy looking for Connor McLeod.
What the fuck?
I'm the only one.
They just followed the floof of his hair into the scene. Because he's back from the dead. Get it?
Yeah.
I take care of her real good.
Yeah. Peace, yo. I'm out of here. I got this badass duster. It's time for me to hit the road. Yeah, look at how good Mario Van Peebles is. Uh-oh. Don't say anything about the gun, guys. Whatever you do, just watch it happen. Everybody just watch this go down.
At least it didn't leave a mark.
Yeah, right?
That was pretty shoddy.
Don't cock back at all.
Oh, but there's a river of blood already behind his head.
They should have had him kill a mailman before he killed himself.
Yeah. Whenever my partner gets
He's
killed,
auditioning for Baywatch.
I go to the beach and I just watch the seagulls because seagulls are life.
If he puts Pamela Anderson's outfit on and starts running down the beach in slow motion, this movie might be the best ever.
He's really like, man, I picked the only cloudy day this week. It stinks.
This is the chick he was gonna marry.
Now you're mine, baby. See?
I told him I'd take care of you. So you want to do this here or in the bedroom? What's going on? Maybe you're pregnant. You just ran in the bathroom and puked. You ever think of that?
She's a bitch.
You ever think of that? Maybe you're pregnant. Maybe that's what's going on. Oh, wait a minute. What are those claw marks? And this is the other thing, like,
it's just so that, like you said, it's such student film. Like literally pictures of werewolves follow on the table. And then when you make that and you're a student, you're like, I'm so foreboding.
Look, they even left some silver behind. Like, what have you been doing? I don't know, making bullets, maybe.
Not be more clear what's going on here. Like they didn't tease that at all.
Yet he's the best cop with an illustrious career.
Yeah, and he's like, I can't put the pieces together. This lore that's been around for hundreds of years, I have no idea about. Stephen King has had a very long and successful career up to this point, and I still don't know what werewolves are.
Yeah, exactly.
I just want to point out, when he rang that doorbell, it rang 3 times and only pushed it twice.
That's because he's that good, Drew. He's cool, baby.
He's using his soon-to-be-found werewolf
He just waved to his dad off camera.
powers. And I thought in the 90s, I totally thought when we all grew up, we would just wear designer clothes to every fucking thing we went to. You know what I mean? Everyone's just walking around in like brand new bullshit. Look at this fucking guy with a silk shirt on.
Maxwell House. Everybody's got a fucking name for him now.
Yeah. Stuff. What are you talking about? Stuff. We all about to do some drugs up in here?
Oh shit, that's who you were talking about, that actress.
Yeah, there she is. Lethal Weapon 2.
Right.
Fucked one of the Oasis brothers.
Fucked one of the Oasis.
That is her claim to fame.
Fucked half of Oasis.
Was it Liam?
I think it was.
Do you think they use their song titles in the bedroom? Like, get ready, baby, here comes the Wonder Wall.
You about to see the champagne supernova all over your face.
And that's about it, because they only had 2 hits, baby.
Dude, this dialogue is rough too. No fucking fun, boys and girls. I got shot. Okay, dude, what?
Oh, porn had better dialogue than
that
this.
was fun and cool.
That's a bit kinky.
Stilted white dialogue, if I ever heard it.
Wesley Snipes hiding in the cupboard. Was it me? Was it this loud?
I tried to stop Abe like beating up his whore.
Ripping up on, not beating up. Ripping up on his whore. And then this guy who looks just like Nick Pizzolatto, not this guy, but the guy who's out on the balcony looks like the guy who wrote that he's supposedly and douchebag in real.
I
love the intensity of this.
The guy that's too cool for the room and leaning over. Who is that?
It's that guy that was in Scientology and quit and they blackballed him and fucked his acting career. Used to be in a cop show, but I can't remember what the fuck he's called.
Fuck.
He was on or something. The guy who's like not the Latino dude and not the main guy, the other white guy in the room.
Yeah, right. no, the other white.
Look at how fucking intense they are. They're like, I keep knowing crime is going on.
Oh, that guy was the fucking professor in Californication.
Ah, there you go. This guy. Or this guy. Which guy? The main bad guy?
No. The other guy. That guy, I gotta talk to you. That guy. The one who just.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I imagine Mario Van Peebles in this whole movie. He's decided his character is just hearing lingo for the first time from like every dialogue, and that's what he's processing this entire movie. Like,
so that's why he's so aloof.
What does that mean?
Ripping.
So Jason Beeg. Is that fucker's name?
Is it?
Yeah.
You have a flight in an hour and you're not at the airport. Yeah, it's way pre 9/11.
Yeah.
Is he gonna touch my face? Fuck, he's touching my face. Now what? Dude, what? What is this?
Do I suck his finger? I'm just so confused.
Your sweat tells me you're lying.
Can you imagine if your wife could learn that, Steve? You'd be fucked, wouldn't you?
In my case, it could be one of two things. I'm lying or I just ate Chinese food. You're about to have a bad reaction.
On the way home.
That reminds me, I legit saw a woman on the side of the road this week shitting in the woods. It's the most suspicious thing I've ever seen in my life. And her husband was standing there with his hands on his hips, like
watching it.
I think I pulled over far enough. Everybody can see this, so it's definitely far enough into the woods.
So this fucker pretty much killed Max's partner, by the way. Just this is what we're learning is he dosed Max's partner with that old syringe. This motherfucker right here did it. Because he wanted to see what would happen if an old person turned into a woman. He wanted to see what he would look like 10 years from now. And it's like, what happens when you've been strung out for a while, man? I don't know. Oh, by the way, you're a female, so I gotta talk to you like I'm trying to fuck you already.
I can't remember my lines. Look about.
Oh, there's a teleprompter over here. Hard cut to night
One of those
vision
robotic X-Men.
Yeah. Speaking of, look at their costumes.
Selling party. That's not a fucking thing.
A weapon selling party.
They were just like, how do we move this story forward? I don't know. How about a fucking gala for AK-47s? Sounds real.
Sounds like a clan meeting.
Oh,
Which I don't think he'd get invited to be honest.
Also, you wouldn't see the red dot if it was just in the middle of your eyes.
The other thing, you hear the guy who was all like concerned a second ago, and now he's all badass. He's like, "Hey, man, you getting married tomorrow? You don't want to get your nuts shot off." It's like, wait, dude, weren't you just crying a second ago? Like, what's happening here?
Also, how many fucking ball references can you get into this film? That's what you're concerned about?
Like, dude, you're the only one who doesn't have an X-Men outfit on. Like, clearly, this is what they want you to do.
Vitamin B12. How can we make Batman masks, but not Batman and not get sued?
Well, we want to be able to turn our heads. Batman in the 90s kind of has that whip the whole upper body around.
Right, this is what we've been working on at the Y, everybody.
All right, let's see what's really going on here.
This is the strangest way to join a dogging party.
Yeah.
And if you don't get that reference, dogging in the UK is when people park in a park somewhere in their cars and then all have sex and watch each other.
Yeah, if I would check out the Netflix original show White Gold for a very in-depth exploration of that phenomenon.
There's like a picnic resting area about 2 miles from my house where that happens.
And I know because I have only observed it as I've driven by. Not
I
was like one of those.
Gonna leave that one open. I love how this sequence is clearly filmed during the daytime. And they're like, we couldn't afford the day for night filter, so we're just gonna do this whole thing through ultra green infrared night vision goggles. Yeah, there's a lot of Freddy claw stabbing going on. Yeah, Bruce Payne, he did the whole badass, like, yeah, that's right, bitch. I just threw you on the ground. Who else is looking at me? Look what I do. And he does like,
wait, we forgot Wolverine. Like werewolves for a
fuck
while.
you, Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, he totally pulled a Wolverine right there. This is all stepping stone. That's so intense. I gotta sit down.
Movie, and that was all he watched to study. Oh, I forgot to do that thing. Okay,
That's all you need.
That was hilarious. He's just like, that was so intense. I gotta sit down. I'm good. Thanks.
Who all do you think turned this movie down? It's got to be a long list, isn't it?
it took him 7 years to cast it. Just what's that? They said no. All right, next one.
Let's see. You know, HBO might be able to pull this off. They have Mario Van Peebles under contract for at least one movie. We could do that.
Van Peebles is in this. I'm in.
Wait. Marvin or Melvin?
You know that movie you've been looking for? Watch it.
Yep, your cousin, Melvin Van Peebles. Oh, I love this chick. Featured extra as the wife. Has nothing but a close-up. Doesn't even get a line.
Got paid $25 and
told everybody I'm on HBO.
And fingered on a couch.
Oh
my God.
Although she looks a lot like Jessica Biel. And he looks a lot like Mark Anthony. And he's not. Which is even crazier.
My werewolf gene is kicking up. Even though it's the middle of the fucking day and it doesn't. Why is he having any facial reactions whatsoever to this wedding that's going on? He keeps looking down and then smiling and looking back up.
This guy or Mary Van Peebles?
Mary Van Peebles.
He's like, I just hung out with these guys for the first time last night, and I'm at a wedding.
I can't.
Like, can you imagine doing this? Fuck this, I'm out. I waited till you all got here, sat down to say this. I knew I was going to do it all day. And then the chick
He's like, you're still here?
And you see the chick behind her, the director had to be like, yo, look at Van Peebles. She was like, she kept looking at the camera for a second, then also just, oh. You could see she obviously took a direction right there. Like, oh.
Oh, right.
Guess what? The movie's about wolves.
Let's hold a 5-minute shot and a fucking wolf pacing. Is that too obvious? Nah. Like a rat in a maze.
Fucking hell, he talks about himself in the third.
I know, right? I was just saying, he just said, you know, when I meet women, I just, I don't even know what to talk about right now. Justice. It's so comic book. There's so much more than that going on. We got to take our clothes off to figure it out.
Did she just fucking look at the camera? Are we still filming?
This is a rehearsal. I love this. I hated being a woman. I was small and weak. It's like, dude, so 90s.
No Me Too movement here.
Yeah, I know, right? This is where it started.
A different movie if it was Rose McGowan in that role.
Can you? Oh, jeez.
Should be walking around with a fucking necklace made out of their testicles, wouldn't it?
Oh, God. This thing had some potential. I think idea-wise, this thing works kind of, but execution back then was...
it's really cool, but...
Yeah, see, she's selling it right there. She really takes this seriously, too.
Was he not trying to kiss?
He wants to go fuck that dog.
Yeah, he's definitely having some weird animal.
He likes it doggy style.
Hold on a second. That werewolf is talking to me. I can hear its thoughts. It told me to get away from you. And she's like, I know, I can hear its thoughts too, fucker.
I've just worked out why none of them want to get married. Because pussy is the enemy of all dogs. Apparently, you turn into a werewolf, become gay because you want to chase a bone.
Oh, shit. There is a lot of homoerotic crap throughout the rest of the movie.
That's a
hey,
really
there are
movie.
boobs on a dead chick. Bad Boys 2 will use this 10 years later.
What's Kevin from Backstreet Boys doing in a morgue?
Delivering some very, very 90s dialogue.
This is tough to look at because it's dead. Because it's a woman.
Take out the slug. Really? Yeah. Okay.
There wouldn't be a slug in his skull at that fucking.
Yeah. Yeah, it was clearly written by somebody who has zero concept of how any of this shit actually
gloves
works.
on his He didn't even have gloves on. Oh, he does. Okay.
Yeah. And the Jello.
Up, he didn't on the long shot.
Yeah.
Oh, yummy. Silver, man.
Yeah, can you imagine be like you're just waiting to deliver that? You lost me, man.
Why is he holding close to his face?
Like, I'm waiting for Mario to get through his lines so I could just go, "You lost me, man." Like, really? I lost you talking about this guy who used to have a silver dollar. You just pulled a silver bullet out of his fucking head, and I lost you.
Drawer very hard. This is our only camera.
Yeah. Can you please be careful, guys? HBO is taking a risk with this.
Yeah. Huge.
We spent all the money on this gigantic apartment.
I'd love
how wide set your eyes are. They're like, you know the apartment from Ghostbusters? I want that again.
A detective scientist.
Are all our lines ADR'd, or is she just that shit at acting?
It's gotta be, right? Because it's
exposition. ADR exposition. She's useless.
Yeah, her shit doesn't even sound like it's happening in the same room.
It's like when they used to hire like Italian actresses that were in like splatter horror movies to come and do like American ones, and they would just, because they couldn't speak English, put someone else's voice on.
How would they fake the mouths though? Like, how would they get? Would they
just didn't bother. It just didn't match
up. See, we used to just let shit like that go as an audience out there, guys. Not cool. We should have been complaining all the time.
Maybe she can only do eyebrow acting or talking. She can't do both at the same time.
I don't put shit like that in my body. You have no idea what it is.
Yeah, he's assuming it's heroin, I think, right?
Super vaccine.
Yeah, this director just wanted to be like, I want to shoot all these close-ups of her lips. I want her to do stuff with her tongue.
Yes, there's no.
I'm auditioning for porn.
Barry Van Peebles going, I'm sure this is what fucking happened to Charlie Sheen.
Yeah. There's the moon again. Wait a minute. No, I'm not going to let you do that. Let me get down here too.
She split his pants.
Yeah.
Did.
I never noticed that before.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
It's just
going. I don't know.
Oh my god. That's amazing. Yeah, student film, man. Student film.
Now we've worked out why she's in the film. Because she'll get a tit suit.
Yeah.
She can't talk and eyebrow act at the same time, but she'll get a tit suit.
So everything's shot 5 times. Once wide, just so we have reference.
Everybody people's is like, this is more my speed.
Yeah.
That's the only scene the shot coverage, John.
Damn, baby. What you do to my arm?
I need a long shot where I can flex more.
I think I never noticed how badly ADR'd her lines are. I was like, why does her audio sound so fucking weird? Oh, because they recorded it like a year later or whatever the fuck. He's like, again with this shit. She's like, I just fucked you. You're supposed to take what I give you now, right?
What the fuck is a Christian Scientist? Surely that's an oxymoron.
Yeah. That was an Illuminati, subtle drop-in thing that they were doing.
I like how he delivers every line like it's supposed to be this huge impactful thing, except nothing he's ever said has been interesting.
Like it's like not very mild, like for
one liner, like he's literally not doing anything.
For a protagonist, he's very, very two-dimensional.
Very flat. Yeah.
What's that? The slowest moving bullet on Earth because he got to watch it hit him. Like, although I did like the vase shattering behind him. I thought that was cool.
Oh my god, you could see that that's a fake arm.
Yeah.
At all.
So the foam rubber is like kind of like compressing as she's trying to stab it with a needle. It's destroying what it doesn't need. That's assuring to hear. Destroying what?
Do the Thriller dance in a minute.
Yeah. Destroying what? Like all my living tissue? Kinda. Something. You don't need it.
He's probably like, okay, I'm shooting my orgasm scene now. They're like, that's not what this, you know what? Never mind.
All right, Tommy Wiseau, let's get the fuck on with this.
I think if this was made 10 years later, it had Michael Jai White in it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Well, they did. It was called Spawn. All right, now he's allowed to just smile all the time. I'm so badass with my Volvo.
They're like, okay, now you can be just free and you don't have to be serious. He's like, okay, yeah, we'll
just be free. You can be free. Let this happen. Just let it happen.
I imagine how many times they cut this. They're like, more energy, and he was like, I got it.
Trust me, guys. Trust me. This is energy, all right? This is what they want to see. This is what my dad told me to do.
The boom operator in some of those long shot scenes with him talking must have jumped off a fucking cliff. Shooting. I mumbled everything.
Game Boy ages it badly, though, doesn't it?
I look like Draymond Green as a kid.
I was gonna say that kid's definitely somebody. We've seen him in movies after this. Like, I actually wouldn't be surprised if he was Danny Glover's son in Lethal Weapon 3, whose friend gets killed. He's definitely rocking the kid and play haircut there.
He might be the kid that they tell to fuck off in the third one, yeah.
I mean, like, this is so, like, watching this, I'm like, so the 90s just made it seem like if you lived in a city, you just knew there were places that this shit was going on. There's a lab somewhere. The cops full on know where it is.
Oh, I don't know, because there's a giant steel door there that is anywhere else.
Big speakeasy door with the eye slit cover, you know?
You think with how ripe AIDS was at the time, they wouldn't want to be sharing needles like that.
True.
You know, it's these little things that make the film unrealistic.
Yeah. I also can't, like, now that I'm totally noticing every line is ADR'd, I'm like, can you imagine what it must have been like to be running that recording session? Like, you're just like, all right, now you got a moan and growl like you're turning into a wolf. And then she starts doing it. You're like, you're fucking crazy.
Even this went well.
Yeah, even in a video game, like if you had resistance to bullets or whatever, you wouldn't just stand there and let them shoot you as many times as they could. You know what I mean? Like, you would at least just be like using your super strength and speed to run around and fucking like demolish them.
I cannot believe this was HBO in 90s. Like, 1993 is not that long ago. You know what I mean? Compared to where
it's longer than you think. It's longer ago than you think if this is what they did back then.
Is that literally like 6 years before Sopranos?
Yeah. And Curb and like all The Wire.
Yep.
This paid for The Wire.
Guru.
It's a shite Irish-American version of Bruce Campbell.
Yeah. This guy?
At the dock next week.
Yeah. So organized crime was so organized they could plan events like a conference at the docks or a gun selling gala, and like the city knew it was happening.
You gotta wear some colorful collared shirt. You got it, and be really fucking stupid.
The fucking camera placement is terrible and all, isn't it?
Oh, good. He's a gymnast.
This
What
is
you
like
Christopher Reeve yourself.
They're like, how do we make this bad character more emasculated? I don't know. How about he does shit that fucking 6-year-olds do?
Oh my god!
They come back in, he's doing skipping rope. Hey!
Hopscotch.
My god!
Oh, so he's that short too.
Jesus, it's Fern Troyer.
Yeah. Oh
my god, he's a tripod.
Like, oh, he's a tripod. Oh my god. Was that a desperate cry for love? Oh my god. I mean, this whole thing, he's like,
how they put the growls underneath everything.
Everywhere they can.
Because werewolves, get it?
Have you not figured this shit out? How does his chief not know this? I've been hearing about your crazy tactics, Guru. Yeah, well, call L.A. I mean, Dallas. I mean, Chicago and New York. Call everywhere I've been. Ask them how cool their cities are now. They all still have crime, bro. They all still have it. This is happening here in L.A. and in New York, too.
So that bitch pissed on my rug.
Yeah. She pissed vag juice, though. So now we have to have a chat. Here we go. Does she have a lazy eye?
I feel like one of her eyes is not looking where it's supposed to.
Her fucking wrestler's lazy when she's acting, so I might as well be. What the fuck is with that ad?
Oh, she does have an apartment. Okay. He is the best part of this movie, though. Hands down. This guy. You know what I mean? Like, it's very caricature, but
yeah,
you know, it's almost on par with, like, in this movie, he's the Heath Ledger Joker. You know what I mean? It's like, this guy is in. He's living this fucking character. And now I feel like I'm just looking at her eyes to see if one's lazy.
It might just be the camera placement every time she's on.
Can you imagine that actually being true for somebody? But like, no, I don't have a lazy eye. Just literally every time they catch me, it looks like it's lazy. Oh, this is just Growl Central now.
I know, that's all it is. We need ADR some shit. Oh yeah, should I get the actors back? No, let's just go to the zoo.
Like, dude, we just spent 2 days with that Patsy Kensit bitch doing ADR. No fucking way are we doing it for everything else. Well, we have this stock Cougar CD. We could, yeah. Just slow it down, speed it up, get it, make it sound different. I don't give a fuck. Just get it in there.
Why has he got a knuckle nail? I do not fucking get this.
That's how he's in so much control. He can just extend one claw instead of all 4.
This is now bordering on like The Room, where it's just like, hey, let's just be softcore for the rest of the movie.
This is now bordering on The Room. Oh god! Oh, this is actually all right. Watch this. This is special. And it takes forever. That's like, oh, gonna grind your fucking face.
This is just a better produced version of the scene in the room.
You ever see the movie Raise?
Better, I mean just different. Oh, there we go.
You ever see the movie
American Werewolf in London? Yeah, let's do it a lot worse than that.
Exactly.
We can't afford that.
There's this movie called Raise with Zoe Bell, the stunt woman from Kill Bill, and she kills somebody by like slamming their face into a cinder block wall and then like dragging it down, like cheese grating it, like the way he just did to that chick's face. I could not help but like just think of that whole time. I'm like, oh, this is like a nice version of what happened to the chick in Raise.
Why is
of
he
course
still confused by everything?
Oh, because
literal no reaction to surprise.
He's aloof. Yeah.
And if he has all these werewolf scents, wouldn't he be like,
yeah, wouldn't he smell all these people? And this has got to be where, you know, one of those scenes where there's no music actually playing right now. They're all just like pretending it is in the background.
Yeah, they're just doing this.
Yeah, some of these awkward one-liners as he's walking by, like the mortuary guy's like, "Hey, Max, yeah," and you're like, "Dude, why would you even fucking say that? Like, just let him walk by."
Why is he even there?
It's his birthday, I guess. Surprise party for his birthday.
Why would he give him?
Oh, you mean why is the mortuary guy there?
The mortuary guy there?
Drew, this movie's so bad I assume Drew forgot how to watch movies while we were watching. I'm like, yeah, this movie's just erasing people's brains as we're going here.
They shared a moment, Drew, that no one else saw, so no one else would even have any idea he should be invited.
Oh, they're good friends, though. He breaks rules for Max all the time. The wife who left. I just, I don't tell you I'm leaving. I don't tell you I'm coming back. I'm here.
Here's a random shout out.
Was that the Hunger Games whistle?
He stole it from here. The Hunger Games.
Was that bitch in Diagnosis Murder with Dick Van Dyke?
Oh, shit. She could have been. She looks like she's in something else too, though. I closed IMDb because it was slowing down the bandwidth. But
called Die Another Day, 2002.
There you go. Yeah, apparently the only wolf instinct that kicks in is the hyper sex drive for.
Yeah, right.
Rape gene.
Very rapey.
Bill Cosby must be a werewolf then.
Yeah, can't get through. That's the second time they've done this shit with the mirror on us. God damn it.
I will say that was a very good rack focus. Nice work. The first great thing I've seen them do.
And yes, she was in Diagnosis Murder. That is such a fucking bad call out for me.
Oh, Hank's back.
Oh, this is the worst dialogue in the whole movie. It's like, hey, it's your birthday. Let's go. Where are we go? What are you doing?
They saw this, and then when they did Twister, when was Twister? 99?
96, 97, somewhere.
So they were like, hey, you remember Hank from Full Eclipse? We need you, Philip Seymour Hoffman, to do that character again. I could be dude.
We need you to talk about Aunt May's gravy. How it's a food source it's a food group all its own. And of course the hippie chick, right?
Like, the extreme.
Look at that outfit that the brunette is wearing. That shit is insane.
Look at the posse he brings to the party.
And they don't really give a fuck that they stand out like a sore thumb. And he's just like, I don't know how to open presents.
That's the thing. He's like, I've never done this before.
And he's like looking at everybody like, why the hell are you talking to me at my birthday party? What is this shit? Leave me alone. The werewolves are here. This seems like this looks like it's going to be a video game that I'm looking forward to playing.
Was the rape scene the inciting incident at the end of Act 2?
I think so, right? Because we're in the home stretch now, right? We're down to like less than 30 left. Okay, and all these people who came to throw him a surprise party that he stayed at for like 2 minutes. They're like, Max, you have no friends now, bro. Like, you've lost it all. It's the story of a man who gives up everything.
I shouldn't have come back. He accepted me back and kissed me a little hard, and I didn't want that.
He basically was going to fuck me in the bathroom, and I said no. I had to back off there, Chief.
Hey, you remember Navy G.I. Joe? I want to dress like that.
Yeah. I wanted a bunch of spandex outfits for my people now. And all this shit, like these constant like soliloquies about how crime-ridden the streets are, and you could leave your home without fearing for your life when I was a kid. And it's like, dude, I'm not seeing the violence. Like, you're acting like it's the opening of Predator 2, and meanwhile it's like an episode of 90210 or Friends.
And that was
Lady Drivers. I bet you Christian Slater turned this down.
Yeah, for you to play one of the people on the team or to play one of these fuckers.
it's ironic
I'm
'cause
thinking to play fucking Mario Van Peebles. This role. He was riding high off of cuffs at this time, wasn't he?
Oh shit! I'm
broken arrow is nothing.
Oh,
werewolves
Aaron's
again.
spelling. It's like an Aaron spelling version of horror stuff, you know?
Well, as captivating as this is, I gotta bounce.
Right? He's like, I can't even stay to the end. I'm done. I don't even need to know what happens. I know what happens. It's all good. Word, man. Thank you for stopping by.
Absolutely. I would have liked to see more of this where they're trying to talk with the dentures in their mouth and lisping all over the place. That is very not intimidating.
Oh my god, dude. Just wait.
Predicting you.
The big U-turn's gonna happen soon.
All right,
I
take
love
it.
this.
Guys. Enjoy the rest of this.
Peace out, man. Thanks for stopping by. Now, this guy I remember from the pilot of the first version of Human Target that they tried to put out from way back in the 90s. And I feel like this is the same location from Godfather 3, where the helicopter flies by and just shoots everybody to shit. But I like it. It's like a crime lord who just wants to sit at home and read a book by the fire in the middle of his penthouse. And I wonder if the 444 there is supposed to subtly imply a 666 because Illuminati. Oh my god, this song was such intensity. He's like, I can't. I feel like I'm gonna shit or something. And they're like, dude, just like at least move a little bit for God's sake.
It's like my foot's stuck on something on the floor.
I don't know what to do. I loved this shot. This is like the right stuff, you know, like the movie has a lot of these like caricature, typical comic book style sequences.
Yeah.
It's just none of it is cohesive enough to really feel like an actual. Like, I get that this was done for TV. You know, this was like when they were starting to say, like, oh, okay, HBO could kind of do it, but let's actually bring in, like, you know, real directors and writers and stuff. I don't know. I keep wondering which one of these cameo cops is like the writer or director. I could probably look it up, but it's no point. It's no point.
That one's probably the director. Giving himself a line so he gets an extra paycheck.
Yep. Gives him 2 lines. We'll do a full IMDb post-mortem. Find out who every one of these fuckers was. It's weird. I mean, I remember being a kid realizing that I'm like, you know, as far as heroes goes, this guy's very subdued. Doesn't say a lot, doesn't do a lot, you know?
It's a very 90s thing for the hero to join the villains halfway through as well.
Right. And then like come back from it, but uses whatever. This is how he gets the edge enough to be able to fight back, right? Because otherwise they're too super powerful for him.
Yeah. kind of like in the 80s, they did it in Lost Boys.
Yep.
And then they just ripped it off for about 10 years.
And it was actually one of the best parts of that movie is when all of a sudden Jason Patrick is all vamped out and we're like, oh, cool vampire fight, you know? I don't know. I don't think I have anything in particular against tropes and, you know, cliches per se. But watching this movie in 2018 and realizing that we were this primitive in 1993 is pretty eye-opening. You know what I mean? Because, like, I don't know. And again, too, I think probably my age, I was 93. I was like 14. So, like, this was all so beyond where I was in life. I was like, man, maybe that's what adult life is like. You know what I mean? Like, and he gives like such like they give such surface level details for everything. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, we were cleaning up the city. That's all we need to hear about that. We don't need to know what the fuck you did to clean up the city. We don't need to know what plague of crime was hitting the city that you were the cure for. We just know we were cleaning up the city. Yeah, man, those cities are fucked. Every city's a fucking war zone. I'm pretty sure this actor, too, is the same actor who played the guy holding up the club in the beginning of the movie.
Mm.
It looks a lot like him, and they just threw like horror movie makeup on him to look like a older and more like a monster, but I'm pretty sure that's the same guy. Yep. Yeah, see, it strips your glands. That's all we need. That's the only explanation you're going to get. Yeah, this shit's bad for you. It strips your glands.
At least Wilmer Valden, what the fuck he's called. Handy man, I got some more lines.
And then just stood there and waited to get shot. Like, and this is this, and that's that.
It's funny that movies like this get made purely off of the back of the success of things like Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. The sequels being so popular that they started making horror aspects into action movies and fucking everything else going. It
requires so much suspension of disbelief, you know, like at least in a horror movie like Nightmare on Elm Street or whatever, you kind of know where you are from the get. This like starts as a cop show, becomes a horror movie, then kind of still wants to be a cop show, and then goes full horror like the further we go here. But it has so much comic booky camp to it that it's the kind of thing you suggest when you see your friend at like 2 a.m. on Friday going, I want to watch something that's either cops or werewolves. You're like, how about Werewolf Cops? I'll give you both in one shot. And I still, for as much shit as I'm talking, I still love this movie. You know what I mean? It's like the individual moments are enough to be like, yeah, that was really cool. It's just like watching, it's almost like watching a, not a demo reel, but sort of just like a series of dailies that they just threw the soundtrack under. You know what I mean? And kind of like, threw a transition or two in, we'll crossfade it all. This is like really just, it was a review. This was only going to be a half-hour pilot, but somebody got the full 90-minute disc and fucking sent it in. Like, we were going to split this into 3 parts, show it over 3 days, really do a very forward-thinking mini-series kind of situation. Maybe it was going to kick off like a 90s style. See, like I would buy this if it was a 90s TV show, you know, if it was the pilot for a series called Wolf Cops. Man, see, look at this. There are probably people who, if they took the plunge with us and are watching this, they're going, what the fuck is that? Yeah, that's how you used to look up old newspapers. It's called microfiche, bitches. You used to sit there with the actual film shuttling through, and then you would zoom in and Xerox what you needed. You would think in the course of creating such film, people would start noticing, like, so this guy was in a picture 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 20 years ago. Same fucking guy. Even uses the same name. And it's very important that all of this research is spread across the entire library that he is in alone. I also didn't know that they highlighted the lunar eclipse on the front page of the newspaper. Like, hey, boom, just in case anybody was wondering. Are you possibly a werewolf?
Shot from Dracula, the original Bela Lugosi, looking down on him.
Yeah.
That was for the fucking victim in it, because they always had the camera pointed up at Dracula.
Right,
so
right.
he's a bitch. Fair play.
Yeah. So just notice the bones on the table and the fact that they're all kind of lounging around like dogs in their dog pen here. Oh my God, this is it. It doesn't get more 90s than this moment. Folks at home, prepare yourselves. This is something else right here. This is gonna be very, very special in a second. And again, Bruce Payne for me, this was what put him on the map. Passenger 57 was great, but I always liked supernatural shit, so.
Yeah. Oh, Botox.
Reverse Botox. I don't know why they always want to put stuff in. Why don't you want to take stuff out? So yes, that's what they've been shooting up this whole time. That would be horrifying to me. I'm like, wait a minute. We're shooting up a chemical from you? This is my brain. This is you on my brain. But at least they made him move fast in that shot. You know what I mean? Yeah. You could have been using those camera tricks this whole time. I mean, honestly, Bruce Payne's the perfect counterpoint to him, right? Like, yeah. he takes it so serious. He's like, yeah, until this movie's over, this is who I am. I don't have a family right now. I have a pack.
He's like Jesus to his cross.
Yeah.
One full of character, the other one wooden as fuck.
Yeah, seriously. And there's a lot of nails going into people imagery with all the needling. So I'm right there on that train, man. Hell yeah.
So he was also in the bloody Dungeons and Dragons movies.
Bruce Payne?
Yeah.
See, I didn't see those movies because I just didn't. I didn't see those movies because I saw the trailers and I said no. That is enough.
I knew he was in one of the Highlander sequels.
Yeah, Endgame? Was he in Endgame?
Endgame. That's not really a claim to fame, though, is it?
Anything after the first one is kind of not worth even mentioning, but I do suffer through 2 every once in a while. Oh, Mario Van Peebles was in 3.
Yeah.
He was in The Sorcerer or The Final Dimension, depending on which copy you got, I think.
Yeah.
But I had seen Final Dimension, and I actually thought it was not a horrible sequel for Highlander. Anything's better than Highlander 2, I guess. This is also very tropey, right? Like, we start to see the big bad turning on the little bads. That's like a very 90s thing, because I think at this point, I love the bones everywhere, too. Like, oh, yeah, they've been eating meat off raw fucking bones. I'd never noticed that before. This fucking wolf den, there's just bones everywhere. Like, at this point, you're kind of watching this going like, all right, even if he's really starting to figure this shit out, he is never going to be able to take out all of these fucking guys, right? Yeah. Like, this whole team is still way too strong for him. Even with just the blonde chick, obviously she's turning to his side now, but I also would grab that shit because you need the strength to fight this guy back, but
yeah.
But they also that's Melvin right there. Although, like, that line could have been cool if Wesley Snipes delivered it. Maybe, I don't know. It's the fact that he's not putting effort. He's like not even putting effort in.
Yeah.
For God's sakes, Mario.
I had quite a few people audition for the fucking audio drama that were a bit like that. There's no real polite way to say you're shit. Not giving you a part, is there?
Well, the best is when they say, yeah, just let me know how if that worked out. I'm like, you just mean tell you it's good, right? Because if I tell you it didn't work and I need to go a different way, you're going to lose your fucking shit, huh? So now my product has to suffer because of your fragileness. I get it. I mean, I get it. I'm asking you to take a risk and be vulnerable and trust me with that. And, you know, I don't mean to speak so lightly, like I'm making fun of that, but you also... I think if you're throwing your hat in the ring, I mean, fuck it. Mario got paid for this. He doesn't give a shit if we're making fun of him. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, that's the whole thing. It's like, you know, if you're kind of, you want to do the dance, you got to learn the steps. It's just kind of how that goes.
Wonder what his most up-to-date movie actually is.
Yeah. I mean, actually, that would be a good one to Google machine right here while the unimportant scene of Patsy Kensit leaving the movie happens.
That's the ADR work over with for the film.
Yeah, like there's no lighting in this scene, I've noticed. It's kind of like, you guys even trying? Mario, what have you done lately? Oh, the picture they have of him on IMDb is not doing him any favors. Let's see. A lot of TV.
He was in that USS Indianapolis Nicolas Cage movie.
He was also in Drumline, A New Beat. Drumbeat, A New Line. Drumline, A New Beat. The sequel to Drumline, one of my other guilty pleasures.
He was in Heartbreak Ridge. That was a good film.
Wow. But that's how far back. Carlito's Way, Rise to Power, the sequel. Oh, video. The hell does that mean, video? Like, wasn't even straight to video. That's what that means. Wasn't theatrical, wasn't TV, went straight. They did a movie called Bad Ass in 2003. Oh, yeah. So we've just missed Guru kill the police chief because, you know, at this point, why the fuck try to pretend that you're still a good guy? It's over now, man. It is over. And this chick, she drives the truck. She flies the chopper. As a kid, I did think she was hot. I was like, oh, man. at least there's one hot chick left on the team after the blonde buys it.
Oh. Every 90s action movie needs the helicopter.
Yeah. With all these other searchlights from all these other, I guess they're lights on top of the roof there. But to me, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah, don't start shooting till it's really far away. There's all that shit. Got to make sure the chief's dead when all that blood is spewing forth.
Because as a police officer, you don't know that they've fucking put bulletproof shit on the bottom of the helicopter.
Yeah, right.
You get shot at by gangbangers all the time.
There you go.
Oh,
he's calling in for the
Scooby-Doo's book.
Yeah, he's calling in for the special weapon now.
That role would be played by Jason Mewes now.
Yep, absolutely. Yo, what do you need? Oh, shit, man. What are you, fighting a werewolf or something? Silver nitrate? Makes with Demerol. Dude, you fighting werewolves again? Except if this was today, the Jason Mewes character would show up at this final battle with some kind of mega weapon that even the hero didn't know about, right? Like he'd show up, be like, you know what, man? I've been waiting for werewolves. I made this gun just to fight werewolves. And this is a weird, I'm like, okay, so we're going after the werewolves for killing all the criminals. I'm feeling like your plot points are at odds with each other. It'd be one thing if it was just going to kill the criminals, but maybe then also turn half the city into werewolves or something. You know, like we needed a greater threat here. I think that's one of the things I find a little heartbreaking about watching movies like this is you realize like we were so fucking simple. We didn't need answers to shit. We were just like, oh, this is cool. Look, guys with guns talking hard and giving good faces to the cameras.
It basically explains 80s Steven Seagal movies being popular.
Absolutely.
So what? He runs like a girl. He can blatantly do all that stuff for real.
You know, when he did the wire work for Exit Wounds, He was the only action star I ever saw who kept grabbing the wire, and they like left it in the scenes. Like you'd see, he leaned back and would grab onto the wire to do the kicks that were supposed to be like, you know, gravity defying. And then there's this too, like the villain realizing what you've brought to kill him with, and he goes, "Oh no, don't do that." Lets you shoot him. Maybe it would have been good if the end movie just cut to black and credits started rolling right there. Like, and that was a day in the life of Max. And these two, we don't know what to do now. You killed the bad guy. Probably what we should have done if we're cops, but we never did. I don't know. And he even looks like so that's the part I was supposed to turn around and leave, right? Like, am I doing what I'm supposed to do in this movie?
I mean, he killed the other fuckers and all.
Yeah. I think this is the line right here of the. Oh no, not this line. The next line. All right, the line after that. Here it comes. I feel like they used that in trailers for HBO at the time. You know, like this is what's coming out on HBO, and not horrible on that morph. It was pretty impressive for 93. The rest, this is where all the money went, obviously. They shot this first. And they're like, all right, well, we need him to transform into a giant werewolf, so. And that's the end of her. We hear him being killed in the background. So now it's just one-on-one. Solo. We'll do a Mario movie marathon where we just sit here for 90 minutes going, Jesus Christ, why did this happen? Like, who was responsible for this? I also think we might be hitting this one before a lot of the other bad movie podcasts out there are. So, yeah, Dave, you found gold with this one. You really you dug deep and you found some shit no one else even fucking knew existed. Good job. And we also violate our own movie rule here soon. As far, at least, well, they do. I had nothing to do with this.
It's like that scene in The Revenant,
which I still have yet to watch, even though I own it on Blu-ray.
Leonardo DiCaprio got raped by a bear.
He actually does get raped by the bear?
That's how I saw it.
I mean, I heard it enough. I think a lot of other people saw it that way, too. I mean, this scene, the dramatic bongo drums are selling everything because it's sort of like they're basically dancing on a dangling ship container.
Yep.
Silver nitrate cocktail. Cheers, motherfucker. Like, dude, he just came prepped to do the hard lines, you know, like he had nothing else ready to go for this.
I feel like Samuel Jackson watched this and went, I'm going to start saying motherfucker in every film.
Yep. But I'm going to do it better than this asshole did.
Yep. I'm going to do it and actually make money.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks
next to the fucking Diagnosis Murder woman.
He looks like he's just out of his element always, right? Like he doesn't know what he's doing. And this is why this feels like an undeveloped pilot. You know what I mean? Because it's like we don't have enough between these two guys for this friendship to be here. You know what I mean? For him to be like, I've always wanted you to be the one to take over for me when I died. Like, dude, what? You were going to kill the whole team and move to a new city 5 minutes ago. Now you've always wanted me? That's maybe the subconscious point of this movie. You've always wanted me? I don't know. I'm lay down in my blood, take my power. It's like, yeah, dude, very much an AIDS-y kind of weird analog we got going on here.
Winning.
Yeah. Tiger blood, yo. I mean werewolf blood. It's werewolf blood. 3 years later, I have never realized that much time went by. Denver, where I will be landing tomorrow on my work trip for a 1-hour layover. So now I'll be thinking of this in Denver. Great.
They get legal pot there, aren't they?
They do.
There you go.
I wonder if they sell it in the airport, though. Like, I wonder how that shit works. And I don't want to risk anything to try to find out, you know, but I've run into plenty of friends from the West Coast who are like flew here commercially, and they're just like, "Oh yeah, I brought this," and I'm like, to all the ones that had pussies, I'm like, "Was that in your pussy? like what? What are we about to smoke here? Is this pussy weed? What is this?" No one seems to have answers for how. Some people, it's just like it miraculously did not get detected.
So the woman he randomly tried to rape in the bathrooms now with him.
Well, she was his wife. They were on like a little weird break, and now she's back to fully being on board with being his wife again. Probably because he fucks like a werewolf now. And maybe isn't as much into being a cop, and he's more into being a werewolf cop than a cop. I don't know. I love the fluorescent green light under the glass table to really sell the computer screen. And oh, look at that. I guess she's a wolf too, because her wound heals. That could be another reason she thought it was easy to come back. So I never get hurt again, huh? Aw, shit. He's counting down Eclipse days. Man, the cycle.
Really thought this was going to have a sequel, didn't they?
I was going to say, it's definitely a sequel setup, right? I mean, unless, I don't know. There was kind of a thing in the 90s where stuff would end like this, right? Like where it'd be sort of like, it's open-ended, man. It's like a novel. You kind of imagine shit kept going, and if we don't ever write another one, fuck, who cares? If we do, all right, cool. This is already ready to go, you know?
This would have been good if John Carpenter directed it.
Yeah. Yeah, you could see that this is, and I, you know, as harsh as we've been, I will say I feel probably pretty bad for whoever wrote it. It was actually, hold on a second. You know what? When I was looking that up, I was really surprised, right, by who wrote it, because he had written some other like really cool things, and I was like, damn, dude, maybe this is a clear case of what happens when it doesn't fall to skilled hands to actually put together. But Richard Christian Matheson, who also worked on Loose Cannons and 3 O'Clock High and the A-Team in the 80s, you know, I mean, it's definitely of that time, right? But those movies and TV shows were better than this, like a lot better. Now, he didn't write it alone. There's another writer here. I probably should stop closing the page while I'm talking about this. I'm like, I'll just keep talking while I read.
Like probably 7 writers on this, and only 2 got credit.
Yeah. I was gonna say, this is, you know what, this is a good conversation to have with you, because you'd be able to kind of tell us the truth about how shit like that works. But Michael Reeves, let's see what happens when I click his link on IMDb. All right. Well, we don't have a picture. Michael Reeves, born in the 50s in San Bernardino, California, known for his work on Batman the Animated Series in 92, Batman Mask of the Phantasm in 93, Star Trek New Voyages Phase 2 in 2004. That explains quite a bit.
Yeah.
And a lot of his credits on IMDb are all in the TV and animated sort of realm. So I guess that's where we get our very heavy comic booky cartoon feeling influence from.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the even semblance of a story comes from the other guy and everybody else who got a day to work on this or whatever. Is that usually like kind of the case where it's like everyone gets a little time to work on it, and then the next person who gets it kind of keeps some of what the other person puts in and then changes a lot? Or
basically, if you come on second onto the script that you've got, they'll usually give you notes on what they want changed, but you usually do a page 1 rewrite unless it's just specifically something they're looking for. But if you don't do a page 1 rewrite, you don't get credit.
Oh shit!
The 4 will get credit if more of their stuff makes it into the final draft.
Wow.
So like I've done stuff where I've worked on something for like 6 to 8 weeks, and not got any credit at all because someone came in after me and just page one rewrote it. But rewrote my shit, just worded it different.
Yeah.
Got a lot of my stuff there.
The way Paul Hogan tried to screw over the writers on that Crocodile Dundee in LA shit. Like, oh yeah, I just changed it from they enter the store to they enter the laundromat. Like, oh, fuck you, dude. It's the same movie. Well, that was quite the trip down memory lane to the 90s for full Eclipse. How do you feel? How do you feel about going on that one? Was this like, I don't know if we're going to let Dave pick movies for this shit anymore.
No, I quite like watching kind of shit movies. They're more fun to commentate on than a really good movie, because a really good movie, everyone just at some point starts watching it,
right,
and stops talking. There was a film similar to this. I want to say around about the same time, maybe late 80s, and it was, instead of a werewolf, the guy was a vampire. And he used to get blood from the butchers because he wouldn't actually bite people.
Are we talking about the Forever Night TV show? Oh,
might be.
The blood from the butcher. That reminds me of a movie called My Best Friend is a Vampire. And it was much more of a comedy than an action film.
In the UK, the film was called Midnight Cop, I believe.
All right, we got to look this up. We got to look up.
I'm sure it had some really cheesy TV actor as the lead in it.
Because that also sounds a lot like the plot to an episode of Tales from the Crypt where Roddy McDowall played a vampire cop who would get blood from the blood banks.
That wasn't anyone as good as Roddy McDowall.
What was the name of this thing? It was Midnight Cop?
Midnight Cop, I'm sure it was called that. In the UK, anyway.
Midnight Cop.
A lot of films get renamed over here because there's a movie over here with the same name. It might have been called Nick Knight in the US.
Oh, if it was Nick Knight, that is the pilot film that then became the TV show Forever Night.
Yeah, that was Rick Springfield was the
Yep.
Yeah.
And then they got changed to what's his name? Why is of course it's not coming up. It's Nick Knigt, right? Yeah, and then Forever Night had in German known as Der Vampire Cop. Like fucking kidding me? Gary Wynne Davies took over the Nick Knight role for 3 seasons of that show. I have never seen the movie Nick Knight, but I have seen definitely the first 2 seasons of Forever Night, and I've seen bits and pieces of the 3rd season, but I hadn't picked it up on DVD because it was always hard to find and expensive. Yeah. But yeah, that was, I feel like the atmosphere that we had going on in Full Eclipse felt like it was in the same universe, and the same thing with Kindred the Embraced that I was talking about earlier too, which is a full-on Aaron Spelling vampires meets The Godfather, because it's like crime families and clans and shit. It was cool though. I mean, like, this is the stuff that definitely shaped a lot of sort of my tastes in the 90s, and maybe I as much as it's probably painful and maybe even shameful to admit, when I was watching this last week or over the weekend, and I was like messaging you and Steve about doing the commentary, I was definitely watching it going, I can see where pieces of Tangent City come from. Watching shit like this, I mean, for all of the stuff that we try to do and make it super cool, there is a lot of Tangent City that I have no problem admitting is like super campy and very cheesy, and it's designed to be so. But we're taking it a little bit more serious than Mario Van Peebles was taking this movie, I think.
Wouldn't be hard.
Yeah, seriously. Well,
definitely less wooden actors.
Yeah, like him and Hayden Christensen should do a movie together. And Jake Lloyd, they should pull Jake Lloyd out of retirement. Force him to do a movie. Can you imagine that? Hey, Jake, get the fuck out of here. I don't care if I put you on Suicide Watch. You're doing this goddamn movie. So other titles that came to mind that we just mentioned, My Best Friend is a Vampire, directed by Jimmy Houston, written by Tab Murphy, and starring Robert Sean Leonard, Evan Mirren, Leanne Locken, and I don't know why he's not making the top billing, but fucking David Warner is like the big bad guy in that. That one definitely, it feels like it's in the same family, so definitely kind of be on the watch for that. I think that might be a good one to do a to do a commentary on, just because it's like the things that you don't realize are going to spark off like a memory or a conversation. Because even watching it by myself, I'm like, all right, cool. But I still didn't notice like the bones all around the room. There was like a lot of shit that I'm like, oh, fuck. And it's a lot more fun to discover that shit with other people and have a blast doing it.
If you want to see a really shit vampire movie, you should check out that one with Eddie Murphy.
Oh, Vampire in Brooklyn. It was kind of like this. It was kind of like full Eclipse, but with a vampire.
Made by Wes Craven.
Oh, god damn, man. See, well, you know what? At least he was trying something different, I guess. Now, see, what a flip-flopper. I instantly went from making fun of it to going, well, all right, maybe hold on. Maybe I can make some excuses for this right now. Oh, man. All right, well, this has been an absolute blast. You know, keep your eye on our YouTube channels for more of these. And for those of us who've so graciously decided to support us on Patreon, you guys are going to be the ones with access to all the new stuff like this way before, if ever, the folks who aren't supporting us on Patreon will get it. So thank you all for being a part of this. Mr. Drew Carson, why don't you tell everybody out there who may have been listening at home where they can find you and all the stuff you do on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at the Drew Carson. Don't go to any other Drew Carsons, they're all cunts.
Yeah.
You can basically find me on Facebook in the Terraformer Artist Union. If you're an artist of any kind, as long as you're not a con artist, you can join that group. And I have a couple of shows coming up. Orchid Grove, an audio drama, which Dave's in. That comes out at some point, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. If folk get their fucking lines in.
That's what happens, man. We're not ADRing this shit. It is ADR. Get the fucking shit in. Can't do it later because you're doing it now.
We have a show that we're talking about doing later in the year as well.
Yeah. It's like good. I'm always trying to figure out how to drop breadcrumbs about that. People who've been paying attention to the Hollow 9 Facebook feed have probably been seeing some odd hashtags every once in a while. And it's like, all right, maybe one day all those little Easter eggs will, combine to be a greater picture of the whole. Just something to keep in mind out there as we move forward into eternity here. It's coming up on the 1-year anniversary for the Hollow 9 Network. And this commentary is just sort of the beginning of phase 2 of us existing. So thanks for everybody for being there with us and helping us get over 1 million downloads within 7 months. And we're on track to get 2 by the time anniversary time rolls around. And I guess we're going to have some kind of big party about that. So keep your eyes and ears peeled to the Facebook feed and all the places you find Hollow 9 programming. From all of us here at the network, to all of you at home, thanks for watching. I hope we made it a more enjoyable experience. And please come back for more because we've got tons more shit to say. See you later.